question for you. He said, what's the question? I said, how's your master doing? So he looked at me in surprise and said, why are you asking me this question? I'm sure you're doing good. I smiled at him and I asked him again. I said, how's your master doing? He was a little confused and he said, you have a pure soul, I'm sure you're doing great. And I looked back at him in silence. And then he said, and you have a pure mind. Before he could say the word too or anything else, I stopped him there and I said, I'm talking about that, master. I'm talking about your mind. So he looked at me again in surprise and said, what do you mean? I said, well, what if tomorrow I were to kill somebody? So he says, well, that's not possible. I said, but if you were convinced that I have done that? He said, that's a different issue altogether. Now we all think that we govern our minds, but the reality is that our minds govern us most of the time. While many of you think it's all about faith, heart versus mind, left brain versus right brain, it's all about your pure mind and impure mind. A pure mind is one which is free of thoughts, which is free of all vices and which is desireless. And an impure mind is one which is filled with desires, filled with opinions, judgments, unnecessary thoughts, vices, all of it jumbled together. When I say that your mind is your master, but you need to master your mind, you need to basically convert your impure mind or switch from your impure mind to the pure mind. And the journey begins by surrendering all your desires, by giving up all judgments, all opinions, by giving up all vices, and first having that control that you are able to live without vices, live with the virtues, live in a state of no mind, and slowly and gradually as you continue doing that, you will start being with your pure mind.